Good morning, students. How are you? Hope you are all well with your family members and safe amidst this COVID pandemic. Now, let us move on to the Unit 2 of Production Management of Bharathidasan University syllabus. Now, the Unit 2 consists of product design, new product development, process planning and design, value analysis, and capacity planning. Now let us go to the first part of this Unit 2. First part of Unit 2 says about product design. Now let us see what this product design is, or product design is. Before going to this product design, let us first of all know what is a design, or what is a design of a product. Now design of a product refers to determining the shape, standard and the pattern of the product. Now the term designing of the product refers to determination of the shape, standard and the pattern of the product. Now, is this definition a complete one? No. Along with this shape, standard, pattern determination, it also includes other aspects like specification, experimental and developmental work of production of desired product, calculation of estimates and drafting estimates, and finalizing and finally issuing necessary instructions to the production department. So the second part of this definition says about it is including the specification, experimental and developmental work for production of this desired product, calculation of estimates and drafting estimates, and finally issuing necessary instructions to the production department. So along with the determining shape, standard and pattern, this also includes in the design of a product. Now let us have a still more deeper understanding of what it is. Now let us take an example of a big industry. Now in such big industries, a separate technical department is there. Now what is the responsible of this big department in big organizations or industries? Now the responsibility is primarily design of the product. Now this department specifies what is to be produced by the production department. Now before starting the production, it is usually advisable for the production department to sought the cooperation of other departments regarding the design of the product. Thus, design department of a big large organization has to be integrated with production and sales department. Now with this, I hope you have understood what is the definition of this designing of product or product design, what are the components in it, and what are they do in this department. Now next part of this topic gradually enters into what are the characteristics of a good product design, or in order to have a good product design, what are the basic characteristics that they should have. Usually we have 8 such characteristics. Let us look into one by one what it is. So the first one is the function. Any product must be met with the basic function. If it is not met, then the purpose of the total product itself is lost. So the product must be designed to meet such needs of the department, or such needs of the consumer, not the department. Now second characteristic is the reliability. Now it is for sure that there will not be any major failure of the product during its use by a consumer. So a product always will be a reliable one, which is brought out by the company for its consumers. The third important characteristic is maintainability. See, the lubricating points of any machine and other areas of servicing should be easily accessible even though the physical form of the product can be altered. Thus, there should be a trade-off between maintainability and the costly design, which is an important decision of a design stage. Now, the third important characteristic is producibility. A product should be designed in such a manner that it can be produced at a reasonable cost with least number of operations. Thus, productivity can be enhanced by reducing cost, reducing work content of the job. For example, replacement of network of wires using printed circuit boards. Now, fourth important characteristic is simplification. Now, simplification and producibility goes hand in hand. Thus, simpler the design, it is easier to produce. Less is the cost and more reliable it is. Now, the sixth important characteristic is product standardization and variety reduction. Variety of the product largely depends on market forces. So, larger the market, greater is the degree of standardization for the possibility of economies of scales of production for the producing organization. But if it is a comparative market, products can be of variety to take the advantage of selling. So, this will involve a product design which will lend itself to a modularization to take advantage of large production. Now, seventh characteristic is the quality. A good quality product design ensures that the quality of the final product is dependent on its individual components. Now, the eighth characteristic is minimum cost. Now, design influences manufacturing cost. A good product design will ensure minimum manufacturing cost. The next characteristic is warranties, or the eighth characteristics, or the last characteristics. Usually, a customer is too valuable for a company to lose, especially if the manufacturer wishes to retain him and establish him or establish his goodwill. Now, breakdown of the product may be due to poor maintenance or misuse of a component by a customer. It can also be due to faulty material, faulty design and faulty processing. Thus, the manufacturer must keep in mind the importance of a customer and the cost to be incurred in fixing up the product for the customer. Now, with this, we come to an end of the characteristics of product design. Now, next, we gradually move to the next topic known as what are the various types of design. Usually, there are four types of design. The first one is the functional design. Second one is the aesthetic, or we call the style design of the product. Third one is the production design, or we call it as a product design. And the last one is the packaging design. Now, let us look into one by one what it is. Now, first one is the functional design. Now, functional design involves developing an idea into a rough model of a proposed product. Now, this involves making a rough sketch of the proposed product, which helps in developing shapes of its parts to satisfy its purpose. Then, the design engineer will make a draft room sketch of the proposed product. After this, experimental models are prepared and thoroughly tested to make sure that they function properly for certain period of time under varying conditions. For example, the design of a washing machine by companies. Now, second type of design that we have told just now is about aesthetic design or style design, we say. Now, before commercialization of any product, aesthetic design test is undertaken for its market acceptability. It is not only important that the functional design should be good and economical, but it should be appealing to customers to induce them to buy. Thus, the aesthetic design of the product also plays a very important role in relation with the functional design of a product. Now, the third characteristics or the third type of design is production design, or we call it as a product design. It is usual that the functional design is translated into a product design to make it easy for manufacturing. Now, the product design involves designing of a product which may not affect the economies without affecting its functional efficiency. Now, the fourth type, as we have discussed just now, is about the packaging design. Now, this design should be, or packaging design should be appealing to consumers depending on its size and nature of the product. So, to sum up all the four types of product design we have seen, to sum up, we say that design excellence should achieve functional perfection, low cost production, and it should win over consumers' appeal. Now, with this, we come to the end of the types of design. Now, next one is, what are the objectives of a design of a product? There are usually three major objectives of a design of a product. They are: 1. To create attention for the product among customers, to enhance the importance of a product from customers' point of view, to produce best quality at low price or at a low possible price for the consumers to buy. These are the three major objectives any design of the product should reach out. Right? Now, with this, we come to an end of video 1 of unit 2. Right? And if you have any doubts, clarifications, you are always welcome to write to my mail or call to me. Thank you.